Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, 2018, January 4, Thursday. I'm Oatmeal Joeyarnoldvn, and today I'm at the Yellow House. And I'm just thinking about everything, and oh man. As much as I would love to work for InfoWars or Cernovic or Breitbart or something, sometimes I wonder if I'm able to do that, if I'm up to it, if I'm at the level. Of course, I think I am. I mean, I really believe in it. I mean, you know, there's a part of me that thinks I can do it, and there's a part of me that wonders, you know, about all the mistakes I make when I'm talking. Like right now, I'm just like having difficulties getting words out. So can a guy like that do that? And the answer would be, yeah, basically that's kind of how God works. And we know that if we take the time to get to know God. And we know that God had to make us. Like, think about this. Think about this. I was thinking about this last night after the Bible study at the First Christian Church, Wednesday night. And so, walking home, and I was thinking about this last night, and I was thinking, okay, so if God didn't make us, he'd be selfish, because then he wouldn't be able to share his love with us, because we wouldn't be there. He wouldn't be able to share his love with anybody, because there would be nobody, and that would be selfish. And therefore, not loving, not love. Therefore, God wouldn't be what God is. And we know that in the Bible it says that God is love, but God cannot be love if he's not loving, if he's not sharing his love, because love is not all by itself, all by yourself. You have to like try to include other people. You have to, I mean, do that. Not that you have to, but you gotta really like want to and believe in it and everything. And that's who God is. That's his character. You learn about that in the Bible. You learn that when you study theology. And I think it's important to understand, first of all, that God made us because that's the loving thing to do. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to be love, and that's what God is. Unless if God is not who he is. But assuming that God is love and the fruit of the Spirit and all those things that it talks about in the Bible, then we gotta assume, you know, if you want that, that's what God is. But first of all, like, it would be selfish if God didn't make us, because he wouldn't be able to share his love with us, because we wouldn't be there. Second of all, it'd be selfish if, you know, if God made us without a need for him. If God made us so that we wouldn't need him, then that'd be selfish too, because first, we would not need God, and therefore we would be selfish because we'd be without God. We'd be selfish because we wouldn't be sharing anything with other people, because we wouldn't need to, because other people wouldn't need us and we wouldn't need them. And therefore, we would just be alone, more so than we could ever imagine. And then God wouldn't be able to share his love with us, because we wouldn't need him, we wouldn't go to him, and we wouldn't grow in him to become like him and everything, in the fruits of the Spirit and all the stuff that he talks about in the Bible, especially in the New Testament. And it's very simple that the process of life is what love is all about, and that's what God is. God is love, and He puts us in an opportunity to decide what kind of people we want to be. Do we want to be a part of God or not? Do we want to be a part of love or not? And why do bad things happen to bad people, or why do bad things happen to good people? Like, why is bad stuff happening? Why is bad stuff happening to you? Why is bad stuff happening to us? Bad stuff happens to us because we live in a bad world, and bad stuff affects us because we're bad, and because we're vulnerable, we're not perfect, we're not God, we're weak, and we need God. And God made us so that we would need Him. And it's not a bad thing to need somebody. It's a relationship, and it's a process of becoming a part of love, and to become love itself a little bit. Like, you want to be like God. You want to be like Jesus. You want to become more like Him as a Christian. That's what Christianity is all about. That's what Christians believe in. To follow Jesus, WWJD, what would Jesus do? Try to become like God. Try to become like Christ. Try to become like love. And it's a process of growing from something small to something bigger, from something weak to something strong. And God used our weaknesses for His strength, and we become stronger through Him. And you can read about the Hall of Faith, not the Hall of Fame, but the Hall of Faith in Hebrews 11. It talks about all the people in the Bible, especially in the Old Testament, all the people, and they had weaknesses, but God was able to shine because they humbled themselves in the sight of God, and God lifted them up. And that's what God does, and the faith shall live by... What did I say? Faith? I mean, the righteous shall live by faith alone. The people of God shall live by faith alone, and you can see that all over the Bible. We were talking about that last night in the Bible study, and that's good. And so I'm thinking about all that. Some of the stuff I said just a second ago, I never said before. I was thinking about that last night, and thinking about those two things. If God didn't make us, that'd be selfish. If God didn't save us, that'd be selfish too. But He made us so that we would need to be saved. But it's a process that God put us in. God didn't make us automatically like robots, like zombies and stuff. It's difficult for people, difficult for me too, but it's better. Even if we don't understand everything that God does, we can choose to have some faith, to have some trust in Him. We talked about that last night too. And we're going through Habakkuk, one of the books near the end of the Old Testament, and it's all about that a little bit, and talks about the righteous shall live by faith alone. And it's important to understand that the process is it's better than anything we could ever imagine, because we're not perfect, so we don't know everything, so we can trust that God knows better than us and everything that He does, in that He made us, He died for us, takes care of us and everything. Looking around, trying to figure out if anybody is near me. I don't know. But I'm thinking about this job as a landscaper with my dad. Did this for 2 years, 2011, 2012. Did it sometimes before that too. Went to Vietnam in 2012, born in 85. First grade. Was homeschooled, went to the high school here in First Grove. Went to 4 colleges. Worked with the Salvation Army in Hawaii for a year. Did a bunch of other jobs. Landscaping work study in the kitchen. Web design with me and Omnia. Bunch of stuff all my life. I'm 32. Almost 33. In February. Next month is 2018. I'm Oatmeal Joeyarnoldvn. This is an update. It's difficult. Do some gardening, landscaping, like weeding, whacking plants and trees and everything. I feel like it's almost like hitting zombies. I don't know how people can handle it in The Walking Dead, for example, killing people, but they're zombies. Maybe people with cancer or something. It's difficult. I can't even do that with plants. I'm having difficulties with hitting plants, and plants are not people. So hitting people, that'd be even harder. But it's almost like people are like brainwashing us, trying to brainwash us and program us and stuff. A lot of stuff with the AI, with Hollywood and sports and education, a lot of things. We should have contests and talk about all that. We could, and we try sometimes, and you can see the settleness of it, like little by little bit every day for so many years. They've been kind of hinting at certain things, kind of making us think more extreme, like, oh no, everybody's racist and sexist, and it's really the Democrats that are racist. The people on the left are more racist. The people on the right are not really racist, and a lot of people try not to be racist in general, regardless of whether they're right or left, and people don't really think about that automatically, about whether or not they're right or left in America, and all around the world too. There's right and left thinking. It's not limited to just the political parties in the United States. Even though we try to say it's limited to that, it's not, because we can see the patterns and the commonalities in different countries about, the left is all about welfare, bigger government, about the government taking care of the people because other people can't take care of other people. Assumingly, that's kind of what they say and stuff, and a lot of people kind of buy into it, especially people in other countries, because they've been oppressed and stuff, and in some cases that's kind of for the better for a time, or they kind of have a different mentality or something about how they can't really do it, especially if they had many generations of poverty, and being really poor and everything. It's hard to believe in yourself, in the community, people around you, that you can help each other out, like people used to do hundreds of years ago, and for thousands of years, a lot of people in communities, small cities and towns, they would help each other out, and that's better. And they didn't do that through the state, through the kingdoms and the kings and the government and everything. They did it in spite of the tyranny and all the big kings and pharaohs and all the big rulers of the past. We still have it, but it's more secret and everything, because they're getting a little bit smarter, because everybody's getting smarter, so the government has to get smarter. And then there's corporatism and plutocracy and monopolism and different kinds of tyrannies, different kinds of governments and corporations and companies working with the governments all around the world, and groups and some religions working together and stuff. There's Agenda 21. There's all these different things happening. It's been happening for hundreds of years. You can find more about it from Alex Jones, InfoWars, The Drudge Report. You can go to minds.com, steam.com, infowars.com, drudgereport.com, certific.com, wnd.com, breitbart.com, and again, steamit.com, steamit.com, minds.com, gab.ai, that's it, G-A-B, gab, AI, gab.ai, it's a website, steamit.com, minds.com, you can find a lot of great people, revolutionists, pioneers, patriots, all around the world, working together, making the world different. This is my update for today. Like I said, it's Thursday. It's 4/1 or 1/4, January 4, 2017. No, 2018. 2018, 1/4 Thursday. I'm Oatmeal Joey Arnold. I started working at 9:13 a.m. I walked here to the yellow house, thinking about my life, singing a little bit of a song. When I was walking here, I'm cold, and you're cold, let's be cold together, and be frozen in time. It's like a love song. Recorded it, thinking about going to live with my mom and Larry and stuff, and I may do that. Don't know when. Still thinking about it. Thinking about whether or not I should tell my dad or not tell my dad. He'll find out, maybe, probably, eventually. But does my dad deserve to know, or what? Should I stay and wait for my birthday so that my dad can be around for my birthday, or maybe that doesn't matter? Maybe I'll try to make sure that I can finish working here and everything. Still gotta try to fix my 4 terabyte hard drive, maybe, trying. Still don't know how to fix it. Still trying and failing every day for the past 2 weeks. Since the middle of December 2017, been saying this every day in my daily videos and blogs and photos. Like, not my photos, but I'm just still not doing everything. Thinking about the food stamps. Don't know about if I will be approved for another 11 months. I got it for 1 month so far for December 2017. About $154. It's down to $120 or $130. But that's a minor detail. There are more important things to talk about me, my life, and the world. Lots of interesting things to talk about. Maybe not right now, because I'm kind of busy and stuff. Maybe kind of in the middle of something. Still got a lot on my mind. I was talking to Chinaman yesterday and his wife, Linda, Jack and Linda, founders of China Garden. Worked in Portland for a few hours at their house. Their other house is like a rental or something in Portland, Oregon. Was there. It took about 2.5 hours to get there. Yeah, we were there. And, we're there moving boxes and stuff at the house. We left at about 7 or 8. Got there about 10. Or a little bit after 10. We're there for about 2.5 hours. And then we went to McDonald's, North Plains. Near the place where Bill Bailey and Jenny Bailey used to live in. Down the road in North Plains, the big house with their grandma's house. And interesting, we used to go there back in 97 and all the way up to like 2001 or so. 2002 maybe, for me at least. And 97 to 02 for me, those 5 or 6 years. Not the whole time, but here and there, because they also went to Troutdale for a little bit and then came back to the North Plains. And then they got older and stuff and moved out and stuff. And it was interesting. But anyways, we went to the McDonald's for lunch and then stopped and dropped off a toilet at the China Garden and my dad at my house. And then me at the First Grade Library. I wrote about that yesterday. And so that's what happened. And I got to the library around about 2 or 2:30. About 2:30 p.m. yesterday, Wednesday. And did my work, did my computer work and everything that I do every day on the computer and stuff, internet and everything, all the websites and everything. Not really so much on Facebook because I'm not allowed to do anything because Robin Baker may yell at my dad for anything that I do maybe. And my dad would yell at me and stuff, and and maybe, you know, you can talk about, you know, are you gonna put up with that or something, or what's going on, or who's wrong, who's right. And it's a big complex thing, story and everything. I got more to say about all of that and everything, but anyways, I'm gonna try to say more and stuff, but I'm still trying to sort it out in my mind and on paper, on the computer, online, everything. It's a big mess, big mess. I gotta eat maybe some tortilla chips in my bag. Eat a little bit of that, maybe. I'm gonna try to go to the library after this, work on this, my computer stuff like I do normally every day, and then try to make better videos and stuff. And I'm Oatmeal Joeyarnoldvn, and I still got a lot to work on. Please pray for me for wisdom and the decision making that I have to make about where to live, what to do, work, and everything. I'm 32, and I'm young, and I'm old, and I'm single, and everything, but I'm not gonna marry anybody ever, maybe. I don't know, but still gotta figure it out, and it's a big mess, and I need a lot of help and everything. So please pray and stuff. And I'm gonna continue to try my best, and thank you, or not, maybe. Oatmeal. Eat more oatmeal. Thank you.